Margielaboots was the scoop. And today, guys, we got another video reacting to. It's Anthony Fantano, the needle drop. You know, the internet's most busiest music nerd, as he likes to call himself. Xavier, he reacted to Xaviersobased album. He's basically reviewing the album, so we're gonna check it out. 5 hours ago, 16,000 views. It has shy of 1,000 likes, so I can't tell if this is good or bad. Shout out Xavier. As I said in multiple videos in the past, I think this is album of the year so far. One of the best underground albums to come out in a while. I think it's the best album of 2026 so far. I put it above ASAP Rocky's album. But I'm curious to see what Anthony Fantano has to say about this.
Hi everyone, Sothany Vibe Tano here, the internet's
Uh,
busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of this new Xaviersobased record, Xavier. This is the debut album from Xaviersobased, a New
oh,
York-based rapper, producer, songwriter, a guy who has been on a prolific run since the pandemic, slowly
uh,
building a buzz for himself off of this flurry of
Nothing but facts so far.
under the radar projects and tapes, which have been dropping pretty steadily over the last 5 years and have also been helping him define his own lane in the burgeoning rap underground right now. Now, what often separates Zay from a lot of his contemporaries in the underground right now is just how spacious and atmospheric his sound is,
I
which is
mess
a
with
hard
that.
contrast to guys like Osama-san, who is a
That's very true. That's very true. Xavier is really just in his own lane with this whole 1C and like everything he's been dropping recently compared to a Osama-san, where he's more of like a rage artist, more of like the opium style, the trend opium setup, or like net spin, where they all in that same rage genre. And like even people like Che, I'd say Che's moved up more in that sense. Like with Rest in Bass and Rest in Bass Deluxe, kind of on that whole Cardi style. That's still probably Che's best album. Like I've said, I'd say Che's probably, personally, I think Che has not made a bad song ever. Like every single time I heard a Che song, I've liked it. But Xavier, off track. Xavier, I think he's really got that. He's in his own lane.
featured at one point on this project. And you could say what Zabe is doing here shares a lot more in common with old school cloud rap aesthetics or the dreamy, glossy sounds of various projects from artists like Blaze, even some early Young Lean.
Uh,
There's, of course, lots of crisp trap style percussion, but also many snare patterns and grooves that are clearly from plug music or jerks. But the overall energy is often so comatose, it's rarely something you actually want to get up and move to or really do much of anything to. Now, while this record
I don't know. If y'all watch my reaction, I was dancing to almost every track. But
is
let's see what he
far
has to
from
say.
Zabe's first full collection of songs, it is his first full length to get big boy type distribution from Atlantic Records. It's a pretty hefty size at about 50 minutes of run
Hey, shout out Atlantic for signing Jay.
time. However, personally, I found that not every track on this thing is heat. Now, when this record
Uh, I guess I can give him that. They were personally, I liked a majority of the tracks, but there's some tracks is like I would say were lower than other tracks. There was a couple filler tracks I felt like I didn't like. I did re-listen to the album after multiple times after since the reaction. I enjoy the album so far, but I do agree there are some tracks like I I still think they were all fire, but there's some tracks that were less fire, I guess, in a sense. But it felt like filler, if you know, if you
record
will.
is at its best, and there are certainly some highlights, is when a given track is loaded with so many entrancing vocal runs and dreamy layers that it creates this sort of transcendental experience. I'm talking about tracks like Mask On, Harajuku, Clorox, I Get Them Racks, Then I Go, Part 2, and also the especially blissful 100,000. Even Dat Shit For Real feels like a slightly more surreal approach to the cycling, repetitive synthesis
That shit for real is probably my favorite song off the album.
synthesizers that we hear in a lot of rage beats these days, but
Oh,
with the production dipping in and out of the mix occasionally, as if it's not even a significant factor to Zave. It's just like this thing coming in and out of another dimension. But as likable as these tracks are, there are also some shortcomings to be accounted for, because not every chill, vibey performance and instrumental is
I'm gonna make a guess. He might give this a 6 out of 10. 6 or 7. Pause, bro. Oh my god. 6 or 7 out of 10. If he gives it lower than that, I give it personally a 9 out of 10, but 8 out of 10 maybe.
fully intoxicating, like on the intro track, or even iPhone 16, or even Wheelman, whose overall mix between the vocals and beats is just far too thin and quiet. These tracks all account for super tedious listens that I wish either just added more details or more variation across the track just to kind of make it more engaging and less stale and awkward. And
Okay.
sure, while Zave is not a top tier lyricist, and I by no means expected him to be so when I decided to put this thing out, sometimes his unfiltered, matter of fact lyricism does take me out of
I do give it that, bro. I will give him that because, like, Zave's lyrics, bro. Like, I caught a few of them. It's like oxygen, we breathe in this. Like that took me out. That was funny. And then he said something about like you're a YouTube poop. There's another one. What was the other one? Oh, I'm in the strip club with a hard on.
my zone a little bit, like on Pax Gone, where he says, dude, you a noob, she's showing me her boobs, shit don't make sense like a YouTube poop. Or, fucking with the gang, an easy way to start something, dick in her stomach, I can make her heart come.
I remember that briefly. I remember that, but
Which is an insane way to end the song Tony Hawk, with the extended instrumental outro. Like, we're just gonna leave that there. Now, to Zave's credit, there are some tracks and moments where he pushes outside of his comfort zone a bit, but we kind of get mixed results from that. The punched in vocal lines on Minute, for example, are a little disorienting and make it kind of difficult to, like, really chill out.
second favorite track is
Then the
Scrap.
super chaotic work, I'm not particularly sure what this track is trying to do. Is this an attempt at something lively, a dance track maybe? Either way, the end result is cluttered, annoying, and one of the most unlistenable cuts on this entire record. Rio to Young OG also sticks out like a sore thumb on the
I'm gonna be honest. I did not enjoy the Rio feature.
track. Heartfelt. Could be the mix, could be his performance. Either way, he does not really fit into the smooth, low-key energy of the song. However, Zaytoven clearly got the memo on the track where some production from him is featured. Big Ben, which has this hypnotic beat that's just perfect for Zave's style. Then Scrap seems like a genuine attempt at trying to make a trunk-knocking banger, and it actually goes over really
Scrap
well.
is
It's the
really good.
perfect
I love
balance
Scrap.
between Zave's nonchalant energy, but also just a really visceral series of grooves coming off the beat, which Zave's flows enhance. As far as the final moments on this project goes, it really is kind of unceremonious. The track featuring Osama-san is not really the fireworks I hoped it would be.
I'm okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Anthony Fantano. That's Osama's best feature. I'm sorry.
In fact, I feel like I'm listening to trap music if it could be recorded and played in Animal Crossing or something. The only track that really truly stuck out to me on the back end of this project is this additional streaming bonus track featuring production from Skrillex and Dylan Brady.
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that track yet. I need to check that
Party
one
at My
out.
Place, which is legitimately a party track, and something I wouldn't mind hearing more from Zave, given just how great it came out.
I forgot.
But yeah, overall with this
I was out of
project,
town when
I mean,
the
it's
deluxe
okay.
track
I could
dropped.
see some of the hype behind it, given a handful of the highlights. And as far as the current rap underground goes, Xavier definitely has like his own style, his own
That's
direction.
true, that's
he
true.
definitely sticks out from his contemporaries within that context for sure. But this album only plays to its strengths some of the time. Beyond that, we have a handful of completely forgettable tracks, some awkward but still listenable attempts at something else here and there. And from a writing standpoint, it really is like style over substance, pretty much. Which is why I'm feeling about a strong 5 to a light 6 on this thing.
Okay.
Transition have you given this album?
Honestly, I'm gonna have to disagree with Anthony Fantano at several points there. It's one of my favorite tracks to come out the underground in recent times. It's just very different, but yeah, guys, shout out Anthony, shout out Xavier. I'm about to go check out Party at My Place. And yeah, let me know if there's anything else you want me to react to. I've got Like I've been looking on Instagram. I saw Fang dropped an album or EP. I've never been into Fang's music, but never even listened to him in general. But if he's got fire, or he's got heat, I'll check it out right now. And we just check the runtime of the album. But yeah, Margiela Boots, I'm out the loop.